Imagine a long, straight road with no turnings. Boring and monotonous, yes? For many people in nursing homes worldwide, their days can be compared to the long, boring road. Klawitter Theatre Company changed that road into one of discovery. By listening to older people, Klawitter give a sense of worth to their lives by making music and sharing stories, and finally turning their experiences and stories into new songs to restore their sense of worth as people.
I'm Eddie. Nice to meet you. It's absolutely great.
Hedda Kaphengst is the director of Klawitter. An actress and singer from Germany, she grew up in nursing homes while her mother worked there as a nurse. Since coming to Ireland, she has worked with Eugene Lambert in his puppet theatre and other celebrities like David Kelly and Ronnie Drew. The current patron of Klawitter is our very own president, Michael D. Higgins. Klawitter is Hedda's vehicle for reaching out to the residents of nursing homes across the country. She is supported by her musical director and partner Rod Paton, the founder of Lifemusic method. Rod is a composer and retired senior lecturer of jazz and improvisation at the University of Chichester in England. Rod's passion is to unlock people's musical imagination. His credits as composer include the recent award-winning production of an adaptation of Michael Morpurgo's book, Running Wild. Often, it is simply the telling of a story which allows the teller to come to terms with that story and find peace. Sometimes a story can stay in us for years without ever being acknowledged. Klawitter encouraged the sharing of personal stories and gently ease those stories and songs back into life. If we give people the Klawitter idea, it can happen all over the world.
Yeah, so basically, what we were trying to do in Klawitter is giving people a good time, making them happy. That's as simple as that. And our idea with the Lifesong project was to simply do that, not just make them happy, but also make them feel relevant, make their stories relevant. Because they are. We all have stories to tell.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, breathe. Director. Maybe it's the director fault.
The head of the director.
What do you think? Will I open it?
Yeah, open it.
Will I open it?
Open it.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
And because of the special situation when persons are in a nursing home, and they might get this feeling of being forgotten about, or being overlooked, or feeling worthless, or so it's giving them some dignity back.
And she said, well, life goes in circles, doesn't it? And that's how we called her song, Life Goes in Circles.
Chance of dislocation. If you're making the music there, in the here and now, it's happening then, and the people that you're making the music with, or if you might be on your own, but the people you're making with are going to be putting their experience of that moment into the music at that moment. And the structures of the music will reflect the relationships that those people have.
Okay, so the beginning of the Lifesongs project, it goes back to the year 2013, an international conference devoted to the subject of arts and health in Bristol, where I met Hedda Kaphengst, the director of Klawitter Theatre. And as a result of that meeting, Hedda invited me to Dublin to do a workshop with her team, a music workshop. My workshops involve a lot of improvisation, and very much they're based upon the principle that everybody is musical, and that there are no wrong notes, and that every sound that people make has a meaning. This is the basis. At the same time, we wanted to find a way of engaging older people in ways in which they could somehow tell us about themselves, tell us their stories, reminisce about the past.
More the light, I think, at that time wasn't too bad. You know, they were using lamps, using what that time was carbide lamps, you know, and they were using those searchlights. My father's light happened to go out, quench, and that's when he had already traced a track as he thought a child's shoe. And so he stayed there, and while he was waiting, he happened to call my name. And that's when I answered.
Dooney on her own, maybe.
For Hedda and her team, audiences improve with age. Anne-Marie Smith, RT.
This, we felt, needed to be done in a kind of informal and creative way, not in the sense of formal interviews.
And some people thought they might not have anything interesting to say, but everyone has a story to tell. And through this very informal music making, the live music that we did, it just came out of them. And so we have tons of material, tons of stories that they shared.
So I met Hedda several years ago when I started singing in different retirement homes around Dublin. I was very impressed at the way she guided all the musicians who worked with her into their dealings with the residents of the homes. She really saw each person in the home as an individual to be greeted, to be, you know. And when she arrives into the room, the greeting she gets from the residents is fantastic. She is the highlight of their day. The music, it's...
Yeah, it was great to perform with the Mermaid in November. It was so lovely to see all our elderly friends come out of the nursing homes where they live and perform for them in a theatre, and you could see that they were really enjoying it and getting involved, and that's kind of the work Hedda and the company does. It's always about involving the people that are with you. It's not just about performing and having a wall in front of you.
We're still going into the homes, we're still making the music, we're still writing songs, but to take the ideas, to take the stories, and to develop them even further now into a piece of music theatre which can stand alone, and therefore in some ways, in some sense, universalise the specific, the particular experiences that we've had putting the music together.
That's good. So it works both ways, really. It's good for us, it's good for them, and if it makes them happy, what more can we do, you know?